What's up, Rasmanites? It's midweek chat time, and just like last week, I've decided that I'm going to be using, or excuse me, just like 2 weeks ago, because I'm a week behind, I decided that I'm going to just be using my headset mic and doing these as direct to YouTube uploads. It just makes much more sense because it's not really a full episode of the Razman's Reality. It's just me joining with fellow YouTubers in a chat, and it just takes me a lot less time to do because, as you guys know, I don't have a real powerful machine, and when I do the full episode it takes like several hours to edit together. So yeah, I'm a week behind this week, so yes, I'm still going to do the Superman reviews, but the rest of the movies that is that I have. But I decided that I'm not going to really call it a week because I do want to do Total Recall 2013 as my next review because of the fact that Scott's the one that gave that to me, and Scott's having a contest where you have to shout him out, so I can cover two birds with one stone with that. So rather than fall behind on midweek chat again, here is midweek chat, and then I'll do Total Recall on Saturday. So here we go. Actually, it's Thursday, so I guess technically I'm a day behind anyway because I just saw it today. I'm not really sure when James posted. As far as I know, he just posted it. But yeah, I could have seen the email late. But anyway, I'm a week behind, so I gotta quit rambling. Region coding. I hate it. Don't like it. I think it's completely pointless and stupid. It was confirmed for me by my friend Sean Zarnizerak that the PS3 is a region-free Blu-ray player, which I never knew. So it's never going to be a problem for me. I could buy region lock stuff if I wanted to, but I just don't see a point in it because everything is almost region-free anyway. One of the major reasons behind the high definition Blu-ray format was to eliminate region coding. A lot of people don't know that, but it is true. I think it's a pointless, antiquated thing. I don't think it's fair to people in other regions. So that's my short and sweet and simple thoughts on that. YouTube intros. You guys know that I use one. I did it because I like the idea of taking the name YouTube channel and really presenting it like a television show, and the Razman's Reality was something I'd done since radio, and I presented it as a show like that, so that's why I do it that way. But it doesn't bother me if someone doesn't have an intro. There are people with great content without an intro. You know, we have James, most of the time doesn't use his. We have Claire, doesn't use one. We have Marissa, never uses one. There are Ali never uses one. There Ross never uses one. There's so many examples of people that don't use an intro that just have great content. But then there's people like myself and Sean and Ryan and Robbie Webster that do use intros, and it's just a matter of personal preference to me. It makes no difference to me whether you use an intro or not, or whether you skip over an intro or not. It's all about the content that you put out and whether or not the content is worth seeing. And that's what I base it on. And I think that's what the majority of people base it on. So if you want an intro, have an intro. If you don't want one, don't have one. The thing that really bugs me is if I have people tell me my intro is too long. My intro is 30 seconds. My intro is not too long. I experimented with a short cup of coffee. You guys saw a couple videos there. I did experiment with putting the intro first instead of doing a little teaser, but that's not my show, and it didn't feel like my show, so I went back to the original format, and that's what I'm sticking with. So if you don't like the intro, just skip over it. I do it because it's the way I prefer to do things, and I do it because the majority of people enjoy it when I do it. So that's my only issue, is when people gripe and say, oh, your intro is too long. Like, everybody has their intro the way they want it. Leave them alone with it. Does a black and white movie turn me off if it's in black and white? Heck no. There's so many classics. Casablanca. You know, the list can go on and on and on, but this video is going to be too long anyway because I'm a week behind, so yeah, no, it doesn't at all. I do agree with what James said when he talked about the younger generation probably isn't going to like a black and white film because they've never seen it. They'd be taken aback from it. They wouldn't know what to do with it. Raging Bull is the other perfect example of a movie I wouldn't change one bit, and that entire thing is in black and white. So no, I'm all about the way the director intended it. That's why I love Star Trek: The Next Generation still being done in the 4:3 aspect ratio, not being stretched out to 16 by 9 because I don't need to see a 16 by 9 screen when everything was framed for that show for 4:3 back in the day and there wouldn't be anything there anyway. So I'm all about the director's original intention. If a film is meant to be seen in black and white, then that's the way it should be seen. And I think the younger generation would get used to black and white if they're exposed to it from a young age. Perfect example is my friend Sean Zarin Izraki's daughter Rosie loves black and white stuff because Sean had enough sense to show her both black and white and color and show her the fact that this is normal. This is just the way some TV and some film is. And that's what I think it's our responsibility as film buffs, in my opinion, to make that happen for the younger generation. Books versus films, and mainly books that are adapted to film. My opinion on that is that they each should be taken on their own merit. I love both the Harry Potter books and the Harry Potter movies. I love both the Hunger Games books and the Hunger Games movies. Everything should be taken at their own merit as their own entity. Does it bother me when something is blatantly different and blatantly changed? Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. There was stuff about Man of Steel that was completely different from the Superman origins in the comics, like I talked about in my review. It didn't bother me. So I think it depends on the film, and I think it depends on the product, and I think it depends on the vision. So yeah, my opinion is take everything at its own merit. Don't get all up in arms. It's just like I was talking to Claire about the other day. People want everything to be the way they want it or the way they think it should be done, and people can't enjoy anything anymore. And it bugs the living crap out of me. Just enjoy everything on its own merit. Take the book for the book, take the film for the film, take the comic for the comic, or the graphic novel for the graphic novel, and leave it at that. Period. End of discussion. Genres. I guess if I had to pick a genre, for me it would be science fiction or mystery. That's what the majority of my collection is, but I actually don't like the term genre. I hate that stuff gets shoehorned into a specific area of film because I think people will get turned off by a film just because it's normally something they don't watch because it's in a specific genre. And I'll give you a perfect example of it here, which is why this is on my tray. Mean Girls, the Tina Fey film starring Lindsay Lohan before she became a whacked out individual, and written by Tina Fey. This to me is one of the best films of the last 10 years, but I can never get guys to watch it because they see the title and they think it's all girly. It's not. It's about what teenagers go through in high school, and it's about how crazy the high school world is. And the comedy in this is one of the rare things. Like James said, they don't make good comedies anymore, but this is one of the rare films that will make you laugh from start to finish no matter how many times you see it. Everybody needs to owe it to themselves to see Mean Girls because it's just an incredibly well done film. So yeah, for that particular reason I don't like the term genre. I hate it. I think that you should just say a film is a film and judge it on its own merit and see whether or not it's worth seeing. Now I do understand that there has to be genres because you're not going to put, say, a rom-com in the same category as a horror film. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that genres are going to be eliminated, but I don't pay attention to them, is what I'm saying. And finally, book that I like more than a film, and vice versa. I can't really pick one because of what I just said. I take everything on its own merit, and that's the way I do things. So, yeah, that's it for the last 2 weeks of midweek chat for me. Hope you all enjoy it. Apologize for looking like a ghost. It happens every time I wear this particular shirt. The camera does not like blacks. The C920 model, that's why I can't wait to get a hold of the C930 model, which is supposed to be better for low lighting and eliminate all of that. So, see you all for the Total Recall 2013 review, which will most likely be Saturday, and also on Monday, Breaking the Fourth Wall is back for you wrestling fans. So, look forward to that later. Almost forgot. Poll on Facebook. I want to start covering the more, funny, ridiculous, like really geeky news that comes out, and I want to start talking about it and really start showing my funny side. So I got a poll going on. I want you guys to name the show. So that's on the Razman's Reality Facebook page. Still working on that Homer Bailey blog about the perfect games. I'll let you guys know when that's up later.